future. Let's hurry up and go buy these masks. Let's hurry up and go buy these groceries because of blackout. Let's hurry up and go do these things because of this. They predicting the future for us. We have to know that. It's on purpose.
Love yours. No such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing.
Man, what is up, YouTube, man? We are back here with the Just Vibe TV. We just come here to vibe. No stress, no test. We just chilling, you know? So today's topic is really just an open-minded conversation. I say I'll pick your skin. It might make you feel uncomfortable. You might hop off the video, you know, because I'm going to ask questions beyond the box, beyond the standard reality that we're living in. And the most common emotion that we experience altogether as a whole is fear, because we get things put in front of our face that makes us just not question it and just fall in line and believe the system and don't think anything above it, you know? So I feel like when we get things in front of our face, such as like the news station, you know, they tell us fear this is coming into reality. Oh my gosh, COVID, a blackout, this, that, violence. They tell us so many things to put us in a fear state, to predict our future for ourselves. So we won't predict it for ourselves. They want to predict it for us, which I'm meaning them telling us about all the violence, the crimes, everything to put you in fear so you won't create your own reality. You know, we'll talk about manifestations and all these other things, but do we truly use it? Yes, we do, unconsciously. But they know that. They know that when they broadcast it on news stations, when they tell us these certain things, it gets us in a scared state to only live inside a box and not hop outside of it. You know, it makes you not question things. It makes you not question, why is these things getting put in front of our face? What is happening behind the scenes? It's like when you think beyond the box, when you want to tap into your creativity, when we're a young kid, that's the purest we are. That's the purest we are, because people's not telling you to do this, that. But the more you grow up, then it's just like, you have to do this. You have to believe in this. If you don't, you're wrong. You're evil. You're sinning, you know. But the more you grow up, you realize the more people is in an illusion and not in a good way. You know, when you finally feel connected to source when you're growing up, it's just like, okay, now read this book, read the Bible, read this, read the, you know, it's like pick a religion, pick a category. It had to be one of those. It can't be anything other than that. This had to be the person. It got to be God. It got to be Jesus. It's got to be whatever you believe in. And this is not to bash anybody religion. I'm just putting this out there because this is the only thing that we see. You know, this is the only thing that we got to know. But we don't think outside of it. We don't be like, okay, what is going on? Why is it when I feel connected to source, now I'm getting told to go to church? Why, when I want to pick a career, why is it getting told to go to college, go pick a major? Why is it those things, you know? And then money comes playing a part of it. Okay, you want to do this. This is the career you want to do. Be in here for 14 years and pay us this much money. And now you're in debt. And now you got to go clock in for a job. Now you're going to be miserable clocking in for a job every single day. But now you got to go because that's how you're going to live. But they don't want us to think as when we was a kid in our brain, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you would come up with the, you know, they'll think it's crazy, but the most creative idea. But you would get that shut down real quick because it's not normal in society. You know, it's just like, do these things, fall in line and shut up, don't question it. But it's just like, why can we question it? You're too scared. Some people is too scared to question things. Some people is just okay being comfortable. But when you're comfortable, that's the most state when you can get manipulated, you know. But when you're uncomfortable, you get the most knowledge. You get the most education. When you're uncomfortable, you get the most growth. But we don't want to experience that. We don't want to feel that. Why? Did you ever question why we get told to wake up in the morning and go turn on the news? to hear all the things that's going to put us to fear, to get scared and try to predict our future. Let's hurry up and go buy these masks. Let's hurry up and go buy these groceries because of blackout. Let's hurry up and go do these things because of this. They predicting the future for us. We have to know that. It's on purpose. We can create our own reality. We are all gods. And saying that statement will get people to be like, girl, shut up. Girl, don't say that. What are you thinking? You're crazy. You're mental. You're ill. People think you're crazy when you're thinking beyond the box. You know, one time, it was like last week, I was having a good conversation with my friend. We was having like an intuitive, spiritual, and religion conversation with my friend, you know, and we was talking about how like time is not real. It's an illusion. It's made up. Who made up time? Da, 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 and all this other stuff. And then that's when I was just like, who even made up these words? Who made up the language? Who truly made up these Bibles? You know, and then that's when the friend was just like, oh, you know, like, let's just go to sleep now because like our mind is going to start wondering and we're not going to be able to go to sleep. We're just going to start thinking too much. But then I was just like, okay, you know what? Like, let me go to sleep then. You know what? Cool. But then a week later, today, I had a conversation with a new friend, and we actually went beyond that box. You know, I brought that question up again, and I was kind of hesitated, but like, what made me think, why am I being so hesitant to say this question? It's because society is so used to falling in line, you know. But when I said this question to this friend, the friend related, and I'm gonna get this friend on the podcast one time, but the friend related, she was just like, you know what? You are right. We don't, how did we even get here? She was just like, who did made up these words? Who did made up the religions and all these other things? And yes, you can look it up on Google, but who says it's the truth? You know, and I'm not trying to bash anybody, religions, bash anybody, beliefs. That's not my purpose. I'm just trying to get you to question why certain things what people do in society. That's all I'm trying to do. You can agree or disagree. You know, I'm just getting it to the roots of, we are living in a society where we live based off in the past. There's a book, you know, there's multiple books and religions, and all of it will be based off the past. Well, we'll be like, okay, well, those people past history, they know the answers. They know what happened. They know. No, they don't. No, they don't. And saying that will hurt people, scare people, or make people question reality. I'm not scared anymore to say these things. I'm not, because we are living from the past. If you don't relate, you can shut off this video or anything. I don't, you know, but hear me out. When we're going by a certain book, certain rule, it makes us limit ourselves. It makes us be scared, or, oh my gosh, I'm doing the wrong thing now. You know, oh my gosh, now I'm sinning now. Oh my gosh, now I'm feeling the spirit. Oh my gosh, now this is what. It really puts you inside a box. But when you get rid of not just a book, but just when you get rid of all the distractions going on, if you didn't have a name, if you didn't have these physical objects, what will life be? And that's why when you meditate and you close your eyes, there's no distractions but you, your thoughts, and your heart. You feel the most messages. Why is it not a newscast to tell us to go meditate? When you wake up, don't hop on the news. Go meditate. Did you meditate today? Did you journal? Did you stretch your body? Did you connect with self? That's not going to be broadcasted. And that's definitely not going to be shown to the people. You know, we get things put in front of our face, and we get things to tell us what to do so we can fall in line, and that's how we create these generational things. We don't ever question the generation. You know, back to my video talking about the digital addiction and digital brainwashing. It's like, we think things are normal. One of my friends today, when we was having a conversation, she was just like, it's not even normal having a phone up to your ear. That's not even good for your brain. That's not even good having the phone in your pocket. And I'm like, that's right. But we got conditioned to think that's normal. We got conditioned to think that a lot of things is normal, and when we want to question it, we're crazy, or we can't talk about it, or we can't say it. It's like I had a few people, not just one, a few people that come to me. Did you hear about the blackout? Did you hear about a blackout's going on? Did you hear I just bought up all this because a blackout's going? Why are we predicting that in our future? We don't know what the future holds. We don't. But as a collective, we can all manifest it together. If we're all living in fear together, we manifest only fear, only evil. You know, live spelled out backwards is evil. Why? We don't want to question why. We don't want to question why. We're so scared to because we're going to get judged. People are going to think we're crazy. And it's just like, who cares? I'm tired of living from the past and trying to predict the future instead of just being in this present moment. None of these things define us. Our bank account don't define us. Our clothes don't define us. These material things, our careers, our goal, nothing defines us. We're all here for a purpose, yes. But we get distracted to even know what the purpose is because all of these things in front of our face. It's really a show. It's a game. It's clowning us. We're in a circus. We're in a matrix. And when I say that word, it's not to just be like, oh yeah, we're in a matrix, red, blue, blue, but it's that it's real. And we know that. But we're scared to tap into that. It's just like, shut up. Go clock in. Go slave your body away. And don't say anything. 111 on the phone and don't say anything. Why? When you have a God inside of you and that's you, you can create anything. We know about the manifestations. We know about we can create our own reality, but why we're not tapping into it? Why is this not our daily routine? Why is it you only go to church on Sundays? You know, come back again next Sunday. Oh yeah, but there will be Bible study on Wednesday. Why is it not a thing to just remove everything, all the distractions, all the people, all the items, and just be? Just sit and be. Because that's when you get the most messages, when you silence out the thoughts, when you silence out the people. Yes, there is people like me and other people who can speak, who can connect with energy and spirits and get that out into words. But without all of this, when you just sit, that's how you get the connection. Without the titles, without the labels, without all of this BS, no disrespect, but it's just like, that's how you get the most information, when you just sit with yourself. When you sit with self, you get the most messages. You know where to go in life. But when you have all these distractions to live in a fear state, you stop your potential to live up to your higher self. Your dreams are real, but you try to manipulate and gaslight yourself just to fit in other people's shoes and other people's dreams. Your parents or your teachers, they might see you being a doctor one day, but do you tricked yourself like, you know what, I think I would be a good doctor one day, but really you wanted to be a whole artist creating art, but you never did because everybody said you'll be a good doctor one day. That's how I'm thinking. And it's just like, nobody wants you to question reality. Nobody wants you to question reality. And I just remember, even just as a kid, I would question reality. Is, well, why is it like that? Wait, be quiet. Believe it. Don't say anything. Why? It's like people are scared of these conversations. And when you bring up these conversations, people think you're crazy. Me and my friend was literally having conversations like this in public at the gym today. People around us. I see certain people looking, but why is this not normal? Do you realize if we can all come as a collective living in a fair state, why can we all come as a collective living to our higher self? Getting messages from our higher self. It got normalized to saying when you wake up, good morning. Morning means death. Why is it out the box when you say grand rising? People think that you're crazy or a hippie or this, that, da, 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 da. We got brainwashed to thinking the certain things that we do and say is normal, and it's not. It's not. We really just have to sit with self. We have to sit with self. That's it. You get the most messages and the guidance when you sit with self. We even got tricked and brainwashed thinking that death means they're gone. That the spirit is gone. When somebody dies, they're still here. You can still call them into the room. You might not see them with your physical eyes. Some people can, but you might not see it physically, but they still here spiritually, you know. And that's just undeniable. It goes to history and people be like, oh, ghosts and this that stuff is real, man. But nobody wants to talk about the things that we can't see. You know, we just assume from these books, we just assume from other people and what they tell us. And if we all believe as a collective, we're like, okay, this is the right thing. Okay, yeah, this did happen back then and thousands of years ago. Okay, we all are going to agree that this happened, right, yeah. Why? And then we base that from the present moment. You know, it will be all these sins and stuff. And like I said, I'm not trying to attack any religions. I'm just like, think outside the box. We will have all these sins. This is a sin, this is a sin, this is a sin. Oh my God, I'm sinning. And now back in a fear state. The lowest vibration. The lowest vibration is a fear state. And that's what society, it's just like we can't even breathe if we even want to be connected spiritually, because there's rules now. There's rules to how you live. And yes, I get it. There's bad, there's evil, and there's also good, you know. But I'm thinking of just like even the simplest things, we will smack and be like, that's bad. That's bad. That's wrong. Nope. Like, it got to the point where we're just in fear state, even in our spirituality. And life should not be like that. Life should not be like that. It really, we don't even get taught how to love. You know, I was reading a book, it's all about love. I'm not done with it, but it was talking about in the beginning how like we get thrown out into the world and we learn love from like just our families, and based off that you just go, this is okay, this is love, now let me go love. And you get thrown in relationships and everything like that. That's a whole nother topic. But like, it's not like we're in school and we're like, okay, this is how you love and the brain feels like this and da, 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 da. We don't get taught that. If you want to learn that, go to school for 14 years and go be in debt and da, 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 da. What? It's like society is just scared to question certain things, and I'm tired of being quiet and trying to, make people feel comfortable to not question what their beliefs are. You know, it's just question everything. You don't need an answer because the answer is self. If you just sit, people think you're crazy, because a lot of people, they be like, oh, I can't meditate, man, I can't meditate, I just can't, because you can't sit with your thoughts, because you're not taught to sit with your thoughts, you're not taught how to control your thoughts. But if you just, at least after this video, 5 minutes, you can do everything else for hours and hours and hours, but you can't sit with yourself for 5 minutes. You can't just be like, was that awkward to you? Is silence awkward? It's like we really got to sit with ourselves, and that's the most answers, and not assume what it is, not put a title of what you're feeling. Just feel, just be. And that can go in so many different subjects. you know it goes back to religion, where we could sit and we'd be like, okay, yeah, I just felt the Holy Spirit, I just felt God, I just felt this. We don't know what it is, but we do know we have a brain. We do know we have a connection to our heart and to our soul, to our body, to our mind. That's what we do know. That's the only thing that we have proof of, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Don't put it. I'm not trying to change what you believe in, change and what you da 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 da. All I'm trying to get you to do is sit with yourself. Once you sit with yourself, you're going to don't label it. Don't label it. Just feel. Just be a soul and feel and experience the powerful brain that you are, that you have, my bad, that you have. Because everybody else in society, social media, the newscasts, and different people, teachers, doctors, everything, they're going to trick you in your brain to thinking that certain things is the right things. Take this pill. It's going to make you feel good. Temporarily come back and then you're going to pay for more money. They're not going to tell you take this healthy plant from the herb from the earth because this is going to make uplift your spirit for life. You're not going to have this disease anymore because you just took this plant from earth. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you to take these pills. They're going to tell you to read this book. They're going to tell you to go to school, do this career. Why can't you make your own career? You see these people making these big buildings, big companies. Why can't you make your own company? Why can't you make your own major? Why do it have to be a list of majors, what to choose from? Why can't you choose your own? And if you don't want to go, why is that being uneducated? Why is that being, oh, you didn't go to school, you didn't go to college, what are you doing? What are you doing for a living? Why is it got to be a title to living, to being? Why is there a title? There shouldn't be a title. It should just be. And that's the main thing that I'm trying to pinpoint about society. And if people think I'm crazy, delusional, or anything to say these things and question these things, that's okay. That's okay. But I know the people who are scared to question things and who are scared to think out of the box, and me saying these things for them, it's going to make them feel heard. It's going to make them feel, finally, I feel understood. Why is it understood? Why is it understand? Why can it be inner? Society who don't want us to tap into the inner spirit. And I'm here to say that we have to block out everything. Close your eyes and block it all out and just sit with self. You don't need anything else. Sit with self on a daily, and you're going to feel. You're going to feel. You're going to get the messages. You're going to know where to go. You're not going to live in the past. You're just going to be. And just tell me your experience with that. And I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. I love you for tuning in. Please check out The Digital Media is Brainwashing Us, my last podcast. And I hope you appreciate and love the Nothing's Real podcast, and that your mind is getting open, and that we are just experiencing life, because that's what we're here for. Live, love, and learn. Man, peace.